It's my time, my time, my time in this, we get raw. It's my time to spit, my time, my time, my time to spit, we get raw.
He's scored some big goals this season. He scored here against Watford.
Poetry in motion, cha la 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 la.
Yes, son. Yes, son. Yes, son. Yes, son. Yes, son. That's the way you do it. Red men for life. Red men for life.
And you'll never walk alone.
Huge, baby. Huge.
Hello, hello, it's episode 2 of YaRAW show on Anfield Index TV. Reds have got us bouncing all over the place again. Beautiful win over the weekend against Arsenal, one of our rivals for top 4 position, if you want to call it this way. But reactions, oh my god, just loving this. It's a couple of days since the victory. It's still really pleasurable to just go online and see the whole buzz around our fans. Thank you everyone who tweeted at me, who sent me videos with your reactions. I'm going to mention all of those. LFC Invest, one of my staunch critics, actually told me that it was brilliant by LFC. Wish we could play like this against Dross at the bottom of the league. Very fair point. Genie and Lallana, he continued outstanding. Mana, Coutinho, Matip, Imperious, practically everyone playing like they can. Could not agree more. This is a very correct statement here, my friend. Liverpool all day. Emre did excellently controlling and sitting, as with Lallana and his pressing. Firmino was everywhere picking up loose balls too. Fair enough. Bobby has had some stinkers over the past couple of months, but this game he was really good and scored the first goal as well. Remember. Now, also, Oliver West said there was a great performance, but won't be surprised if we lose to Burnley next week. Which is, you know, something I criticized in the episode 1 of YaRAW show, but Oliver has a point there. Our inconsistency has been appalling. And actually, before writing this, taping this show today, I asked you guys, my audience on Twitter, whether you wanted me to focus on a couple of issues, and our inconsistency topped the poll. Obviously, it's really hard to even, you know, understand, to fathom it. How come we could be this good against Spurs, so appalling against Leicester, and great again, sorry for the analogies here, against Arsenal. It's a big issue. I think it kind of, you know, speaks to a lot of different issues within the club system, starting from the transfer activity, or maybe high expectations from us. Now, if you think about it, we've all been expecting Liverpool to perform well. We've seen how Liverpool performed in the fall, but then all this went away in January, and the reality hit us hard. Some say we may have done an Arsenal, you know, what usually Arsenal does in these cases, and I could agree with that as well, because our January and parts of our February have been appalling. Whether we're back on the right track again, it's a difficult question, because again, the game against Burnley on Sunday, the mighty Burnley, for fuck's sake, as we seen last time we played them. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but that will be very indicative of how consistent or inconsistent we are. Maybe we could turn a corner, maybe not, but that is a very good question here. Our inconsistency is also one of the questions that I had asked fans in Washington, D.C. at the flagship pub of the LFCDC support, the Queen Vic.
Why do we lose to Leicester and win against Arsenal in a week?
Because we don't know how to play against smaller teams. We play one style and that's it. If they let us play our style, we crush.
Because like we need like to not suck against the weak teams. Not having anything for you right now.
Captain Obvious, what do you feel right now?
I feel like we won and that we need to win more, and if we won more, we wouldn't be in third, we'd be in first.
I want to bring some more fan reactions into this. Just shortly after the game, I was trying to focus on several details that happened, and I ran a poll asking which of the beautiful details impressed people the most. Was it Mane's pass for the first goal, which was beautiful, or Chan muscling Alexis off when he came on, or Lallana through ball for third, or Genie's clinical finish for the last goal. And Lallana's through ball won the poll with 380 votes by 65%, and I totally agree. That was a beautiful one. However, I had few suggestions from other fans there as well. Nemayo Imia said, none of the above. My favorite was Mane passing it to himself to completely leave Monreal in his tracks in front of the cup. Agreed, that was a beautiful one. Nicholas Siddle, my apologies if I'm pronouncing it wrong, said that unreal pass from Divock could have been one of the contenders. I agree the pass was good, but those 4 that I've chosen for the poll, and obviously you can only choose 4, I think, to my mind, were much more impressive. And I also want to talk about one other issue. It almost completely went under the radar. This weekend, the members of the Saudi royal family were supposedly at Anfield striking a deal, as far as we've heard, probably with New Balance about the new kit deal, but we don't know the details. Nothing has emerged so far. And I ran a poll because it's an interesting thing to me about the whole Saudi idea of investment. You know, considering all the criticism of the FSG as of late, I ran a poll asking whether people would be encouraged by financing from the Saudi royal family. 68% of the 506 votes said yes, 32 no. Some mixed responses in reply to that tweet as well. My good old friend Hisham Abdelhamid said, is there a fuck no option? Clearly he's not a fan of this idea. Also, DJ Dynamic said, not Saudis, but some other billionaires who aren't in the process of illegally killing the country next door would be cool. That's a very fair point. You know, we try to stay away from politics, but that is a very fair point to be made. Lee 88 LFC also said better be financed than not at all by FSG. Also a fair point, which could accumulate, you know, both sides of the opinion spectrum here on the Saudi investment. Dante said, I would prefer that over FSG, who don't want to invest in world-class players. Again, probably a very fair point. And finally, Lewis Jones said, even though Saudi Arabia is so ridiculously corrupt and the money would be dirty, what billionaire isn't dirty, corrupt prick? That is a very, very good point, especially in the times that we're living in. Anyway, the question, the matter of Saudi investment, it is an interesting one. I mean, we're still waiting to get some more news about what happened there. Maybe by the time the show comes out, there will be some news. But nonetheless, I would voice my opinion. I don't want Saudi royal family to be invested in an LFC. For that matter, I don't want any oil money to be in our club. And I tell you why. There's a legitimate point to be made about the fan ownership. I think it would be a brilliant idea, even though, you know, it's also quite debatable. But I've witnessed how the oligarch money came into the world of football and what it has done to the world of football. As much as I want us to succeed, simply for the reason that I believe, and you can criticize me as long as you fucking want, but I don't want the club to lose its soul. Nonetheless, it's a very interesting issue. We'll see what comes out of it. But before we go, I want to leave you with just a few more interesting reactions from fans all across the world. Guys, please send me some more of that stuff. Post-game, pre-game, in a bar, at home, doesn't matter. I want to turn this into a free platform for every fan out there to voice his or her opinion, to make it as interactive as possible, to make your voices heard and seen, since we can do it on TV. So, enjoy more reactions from Reds all across the world. Up the Reds, and now we drop the mic.
Honestly, gotta thank Arsene Wenger. Leave Alexis on the bench for every game. We'll take it. We'll take the points. Fantastic win, lads. Woo!
What a great win for the lads against Arsenal. 3 goals in front of the Cop. Really made them pay for playing wide open and for leaving Alexis on the bench in the first half. Going forward, we're just going to need to break down these bottom table teams who play much more condensed at the back. But looks like we can finish top 4 if we play this clinically going forward.
3-1. Excellent victory. Amazing last pass. Amazing cool finish.
Give me some raw emotions.
I don't have any more raw emotions.
Why is that?
I'm just excited for the win. It's roller coaster, up and down. I can't do the losses.
I'm so raw. Turn the oven on. Chef Papa John. I get the Parmesan. Pocket full of paper, underage in casinos. You wanna see IDO, but I'm in a suite though.